Yo, welcome to my channel. It's your boy Rabbit back with another video. And in today's video, I got my personal settings for Rogue Company. I'll be showing you my NVIDIA settings as well, which will help you optimize this game for the best performance. But with all that being said, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and let's get straight into the video. Okay, we're going to go over the display settings first. There isn't very much here that I've ever changed. It's all the same. Pretty sure I had my brightness on 60, but I lowered it a bit because the brightness was giving me headaches. Just because being close to my monitor so much, I wanted it to be a little darker, so I turned it down to 55. But I keep it on full screen, 1920 by 1080. V-Sync's off, it should always be off. Say frame rate's 100%. I never touch this. I use Tri-Nope as always, and I give it a brighter effect. I have it all set as this because these three don't really hurt my performance at all, but I do it. I have it a little bit higher because I make videos and I want it to look as best as it can, so it doesn't just look like Play-Doh when I'm playing. But you guys can play this all on low. Doesn't really matter. But I recommend having at least view distance on high if you're gonna change any of this. But I'm gonna go in and show you my NVIDIA settings that'll help you if you're having lag issues. So if you have this all on low but you still lag, I can help you out a bit. It's also going to give you my brightness settings because I use brightness settings outside of Rogue. That helps me make the game brighter and makes it look more appealing for you guys when you watch videos. Okay, ignore the white background. I can't put it in dark mode for some reason. But these are my NVIDIA coloring settings if you want to look at them or copy them. I have my brightness on 50, but I have my contrast on 75 to get a little sharper brightness effect. I have my gamma on 1.20. And I have my digital vibrance on 75% to give it that orange effect that you can see, like, it's changing. It makes it just a little bit brighter. But I have that on 75. And for my 3D settings, you guys don't have to copy these, but if you want to copy these, you can. I'm just going to show them off. I'm just going to scroll through it real, what's called slow. I hope this doesn't show any information that it shouldn't show. But yeah, those are my 3D settings, and that helps the game out and makes it look more appealing. And it also optimizes the game where it doesn't like lag on stuff that it should load in or shouldn't load in. But those are my settings. Also, make sure you guys have your thing on your max frame rate for your monitor, because there's a lot of friends I have that didn't know you have to change this on their PC. So just giving people a hint, just in case they haven't ever changed this. But we can go back to my settings, and I'll show you my audio settings. Okay, for my audio settings I just change depending on how I'm feeling. If my ears are sensitive that day, I lower stuff. Because sometimes I get really bad headaches and just play with it super low. Sometimes I have it super high. But most of the time I have my master volume on 80. I have these on 12. I keep this on 0 because the music in this game is copyright, and I don't want to get copyright strikes on my stream or my videos, so I have that on 0. I have sound effect on 85. Sound effects you should have like 5% higher the master volume. I don't know why. I just always done that because your sound effects should just be higher. Voice chat, it's always like I said in other videos. It's just depending on how my randoms are in game. Sometimes I just have it down lower if I'm playing Strikeout or something, but if I'm playing rank and actually need to hear the teammate, I'll turn it up, but I usually keep it down because the game chat in this game is super loud. Voice chat's on. Mute mode I don't use, I just keep it on all on. Push talk should always be on unless you need it off. Unless you have a good mic, keep it on because nobody wants to hear your background noise. And 3D headphones, I keep on. Some people don't like it. I like it. I've used it so long that I don't like the other audio anymore, so I just use it. For some people, it says it throws them off, but I've gotten used to it, and I kind of like it. So I just keep 3D headphones on. But let's go over my controls. Okay, for my controls, nothing really here really changes at all. I have my hold to crouch off. I have hold to sprint on. These two off. I always have these off. Hold to sprint I turn off and on depending on if I'm playing on controller or not. But I'll have this off on playing controller, so I just have to push the button. Sometimes I have auto sprint on if I'm playing a controller. But I'm a mouse player, or keyboard mouse player, for some of you if you didn't know. I play keyboard, so yeah. But my sensitivity... First, my DPI is 1000. I always forget to say it in the video, and I have to put it in the comments after. My DPI is 1000. I used to play on 1600, I used to play on 800, but I always just play on 1000 because it's right in the middle-ish, and I just like 1000 a little bit better. I keep my targeting sensitivity on 50. It's pretty good for me on 50. On sniping, I always say that I never know my sniping because I'm never that good at sniping, but I've gotten really good at sniping. I play runway a lot in like rank or 8s and stuff now. So my sniping sensitivity is 36. It's always really been 36, but it's official that 36 is my perfect sensitivity for sniping. Hold off and off. I really don't touch these. Doesn't really matter. These are my controller settings. I've been getting really better at controller. I play it when I don't feel like using a keyboard. But I'm playing on a 5.4. I have my vertical a little lower because vertical in this game is super high and fast for some reason. My ADS sensitivity is 50 and 40, just like so I have it a bit lower like usual. I have 0.1 for both dead zones because it's a new controller and I have no stick drift, so I have those both on 0.1. I wouldn't go any lower unless you just want like sticks instant, and I feel like that would mess you up a bit, so I just keep it on 0.1. I turn acceleration boost off because I don't play controller much, and I feel like acceleration boost just like throws you off if you don't play it a lot. So I don't have acceleration boost on, but for some of you, acceleration boost might help and work, but for me, it doesn't. ADS mode I have on hold because I'd rather just hold. I don't want to have to sit there and press the button and press the button again on ADS. Sniping, I don't snipe on controller. But this is my sniping sense. I made it just a little bit lower than my ADS sense, so yeah, this is my sniping sense. I wouldn't recommend using my sniper sense. I would use a controller player to actually play sniper sense if you're going to copy it. But like always, you guys should find your own sensitivity. You can use mine as the basis, but I would try to find your own sniper sensitivity. I have these all off. Sometimes I would have vibrations on, but my controller doesn't have vibrations built in. I like playing with vibrations. I'm not one of the people that like vibrations on when I play. It just makes me feel more immersive when I'm playing. Reload. As usual, I don't remember what Geoscope does, but I have it set as like my... I think it's for Switch, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, why isn't this at 50? But I have this the same as my controller sensitivity, just in case it does mean something. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm pretty sure this is for the Switch. But with all that, that's all my controller settings. That's all my controls from my keyboard to my controller. If you guys want to copy it, you can, but I recommend finding your own sensitivity because that'll help you be better a player than just copying someone else's sense. But you can use mine as a starting point to get your sensitivity up. But let's move on to bindings. For my bindings, nothing here really ever changes. I've had the same bindings on keyboard the whole time. As usual, my quips and emotes, I switch spots. I put quips as middle mouse and my emotes as Z because it was easier to touch that way. I have ping as X. X is usually what's called quips, I'm pretty sure. Or emotes. But I keep ping on X because it's easier to hit with my thumb. This is good to change now if you don't have F keys on your keyboard. You can change it to something else, but I do, so I don't really have to change that. Okay, for movements, WSAD like usual. My dodge button, I changed from control to mouse 4. That's the only thing I've really changed in this section. Like usual, my gadget's mouse 5, so I can throw nades easier, since I am the bounce nade king. That helps me throw nades a lot more. It's easier for me to line up than just moving it on the keyboard. That is another reason I'm really good at nades and stuff. That's all I've switched up in here. For my controller stuff, I really don't know. I just have it, I think, on default. Because I had it changed, but I think I restored it to default because I don't have paddles on my new controller. I wish I still had paddles, but my paddle controller broke when I was playing Halo like a couple months ago, and I never got a new one. So I'm just using a default Xbox controller. Moving on to gameplay, nothing here really changes. Quick cast and auto pickup should always be on. Please have auto pickup on. I don't like people that don't have it on. I do turn quick cast off when I'm on controller, so it's easier for me to throw util. If not, I'll just not be able to throw it. English, I've always have these lower. I don't know. Some people might have them higher, but I always have them as low as I can, so I can get stuff out sooner than later. Clips and team comms I have on. I have these two on, display number and display number. FPS, I have it off. Like I always say, I have it off so I don't focus on if my FPS is dropping. Usually you can feel if your SPF is dropping, but I don't like to focus on it. I'd rather focus on the game than notice my FPS is going up and down. Crosshair color, I have on yellow. I usually play it on white or green, but for some reason I just like yellow better right now. I play on an 8.2 crosshair size. I play on a medium shotgun reticle, but I don't really use shotguns that much. And for the DMR reticles, they have just changed where you can put it from the circle one to the crosshair. I put it back to the crosshair one. I like the circle, but I don't like that the circle is there whenever I'm hip firing too. I feel like it should only be the circle when I aim down sight. I don't like that it's like that when I hip fire too. I just think it's too big. If it was only there whenever I was aiming down sight, I would 100% still have it on circle, but I just don't like hip firing with the circle. So I have this on crosshair. And for socials, I play on NA East, for you guys that didn't know, and Do Not Disturb does not matter. But that is my settings for Rogue Company. If you have any questions about my settings, let me know in the comments and I'll answer it as best as I can. But with all that being said, I'm currently working on 2 tier lists, one for demolition and one for cough. I have them both finished. I just need to edit it, put the videos together, and I'll have that videos up for you soon. I know I've been slacking on the content, not uploading as much. It's just Rogue is not that interesting to me as much anymore because, I don't know, they break the game a lot. I love this game a lot, but they just keep breaking the game. The comp scene's kind of down right now, and there's nothing to really play. 8s are dead, but I still love this game. I just been playing like other games off stream and stuff, chilling, watching anime. But daily uploads, I will try to bring them back. I know I didn't finish the Soul of the Rogue, thing. I just didn't have the passion to do it. But I'm currently going to do the Road to Rogue. I got episode 1 up yesterday. I'm going to have episode 2 up tomorrow. I'm going to have the tier list up in a day or two. And I must have more content coming out, I promise. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
We gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction cause they know Brit and Mo. I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham, this ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey.